Hello, how are you? Just reaching Kolkata. I think 1,800 kilometers from my hometown. It's, I think, my 17 or 18th day. I've met a lot of people, did lot of challenges, but yesterday's adventure was on another level. What just happened was just like that teaches me lessons that I will never forget. That incident actually touched me, and also what happened just I have a very, how do you can say, argument with the fucking guy, and after that they just let me get out of the bus in the middle of nowhere. There was no fucking town or nothing, but somehow there are also good people in this world, so someone met me and he helped me a lot here actually. I was just standing there, so he came at me. I was just what was I doing? I was just stopping the trucks and asking truck drivers to give me fucking lift to the city, and that was not much distance. That was just around 35 kilometers, and the time was 10:30 or 11 p.m. What just happened? I just get in the bus. Our deal was completed, closed at, I think, 300 rupees, and he was asking 50 more rupees, so I denied. So then have a lot of conflict, and then finally, and he also he also slapped me. Here, that was a very fucking incident, but how did he just like ask everything be clear, so that, but it happens on daily basis, but there is no one talk about that. So this is what I want to say. And in Kolkata, a very big city, I really don't know our history or anything, but the people I'm living with, they are really, they look really good. They are very kind. They are very loving. They are very caring. So I spent 2 or 3 days here, and then go to my next destination. But before that, I just wanted. I was not thinking that it will happen, but it's happening. After that, I will probably go East Coast. Kolkata is also eastern parts of India. So Kolkata, then Bhubaneswar, Orissa, Puri, and then Vizag. I think Vijayawada is little far from sea, so that can't be considered as a East Coast. So my last destination will be Vizag, and I have heard a lot of things about Vizag. It's a good city, and I will also try to meet some people, some locals there, so that I will able to learn about the city. Like at I will tell my fucking whole story with the fucking incident. On the 23rd of May, I leave Pune and then start traveling solo. But before that, 30 I actually my last paper was on 29 or 30. I did a very wrong ride, or I don't know what I did in that fucking 23 days, but that was harmful for me, and still I did it. Why? I just love to hurt myself, and also I heard one of the fucking bad news today that someone passed away from my fucking place. So this is the rule of nature, actually. Life is really unpredictable. Enjoy every moment, enjoy the fucking present, and yes, this moment is the feeling of living the feeling of experiencing the universe is on another level. So I'm going to enjoy my fucking life. I don't care much about. I care about money, but there are some things that should happen. And so recently had called. So I don't know what to say about that. Literally depressing. I am very. I'm in condition where I can't. I have two major problems now. First is mental, and second one is financial. Mental problem can be solved, but second one financial that can't. So I'm also not working on that to solve that. So it's going to be very hard in future. Just earlier I took such an international trip, I don't know. But before turning it to 2022, I have completed fucking international trip, although it's called Nepal. But that was too much for me actually. From the guy in 10th or 12th who did not think who can go out of his fucking city. He's doing this, and also a lot of people appreciate me. But the thing, how is going, bro, you are doing all the funny shit. This is good, okay, no problem. But the things that you are missing that can be very harmful for the future. So here we were in that fucking 20 days, live that fucking 23 days. Yeah, I want to just talk on travel. So on 23rd May, I left Pune, I went to Bhopal. I was really and the fucking incident from jumping out of the train on the first day in the morning. I just jumped out of the train. That was very irritating. Lots of people were watching at me, and some people are emphasizing, or some people showing some sympathy. That was very good incident because I didn't have ticket because it was more than 200. That's why. But I was literally was bored in Bhopal because there was too much heat, too much sun, and the temperature was too high. So I really didn't much explore the city. I also don't want it to go again because I didn't find uh, some locals there, and also yeah. But in winter or in rainy season, it may be good. But the time when I went, that was not good. I reached Bhopal, I think at 7 a.m. in the morning, and then just put my bag in the locker room, and then went to the city. And that was just 10 or 11 a.m. and the heat was on another level. I just walked around, I think, 500 meters and got so exhausted because the heat was too much. So I didn't explore Bhopal much. And funny incident or memorable incident in Bhopal, yeah, I saw the Legislative Assembly of Madhya Pradesh, and I'm not remembering. I know I will have footages, but yeah, Bhopal was okay. And from Bhopal, I took the fucking biggest mistake of my life in Jhansi. The girl was approaching me. I don't know if she was married or not, but she was giving me signals actually. But this fucking guy rejected or didn't give her back. I was a fucking attitude. I really don't know if it was I, but I'm really, that was very biggest mistake I think. If I talked to her at that time, maybe we were connected now. That's why I really don't want to talk now, because when you attach with someone, that hurts actually. That's why I don't like fucking attachments. That's why I didn't show up. After that, Jhansi I did in 2 or 3 hours, I think. I went to Jhansi Fort, and also there was cathedral or temple I maybe visited or not, I don't know. But Jhansi Fort was good. I have clicked some photos there. And after Jhansi, I went to Kanpur on the same day at 10 or 11 a.m. Kanpur, yeah. Kanpur, there was not too much wind flow, but I went to Bhairab Ghat. That was actually Hindu cemetery. So I was confused. What the fucking is burning there? I asked some locals. Some were motherfuckers. They didn't call me. They didn't just answer me. Some abused me. And but later I knew that this was cemetery, and there I think 3 or 4 dead bodies were burning, and at that time I realized that life is short. When you see the death, then you know how important the life is. If you are younger, your testosterone, your energy, your everything is on the peak. This is the fucking age that you should explore everything that you want. So in Kanpur, at that of time around 8 or 9 p.m. I have explored there, and after that I saw that was hard, or some boats and people, and there was fucking incident. What was happening with me? There was small insects, or I don't know what was that. That was just fucking more on my fucking body, and they were going here and everywhere. So that was very fucking incident. And then Kanpur, yeah, there was Kanpur metro too. And in Kanpur, I also met travelers. They were going to trekking somewhere else. I love trekking, I love adventures. But the thing is that, fucking money, only I know how I am traveling. The people only fucking post and may judge me how it's traveling or things like that. But it's good. It's very good country. Lot of people, different opinions, religions, different ideologies, but they are motherfuckers, actually. I saw almost, if I cover this 3 or 4 states, I almost complete 17 or 16 or 17 states. After that, the fucking thing is coming, that is northeast. That's going to be very adventurous, and I wanted to do that from Bangladesh, Dhaka, and then taking entry in Bangladesh and taking entry from Bangladesh and entering directly to the, I think, Tripura or something. From there starting editing, and also while going to Nepal, the hitchhiking story was very, but the fucking regret is that while coming back from Nepal, I didn't fight because that one fucking incident, and also that one fucking incident where we were on stairs, that was just on another level, bro. I was literally feeling hot as death at the time. That was really horrific incident. I have recorded, I have 10 minutes video on that. Shit, man, shit. That was very horrific, by the way. I think that was most memorable, that was most adventurous, that was most, what you can say, dangerous experience of this trip. Where we were in Jhansi, no, in Kanpur. After that, Kanpur, I left. Lucknow part is very interesting, by the way. After I left Kanpur, I reached Lucknow. I took very late night train from the Kanpur to Lucknow, and reached Lucknow, I think, at 6 or 7 a.m. And there was a fucking house that was not good. It was a lot of problems, he was not understandable or everything was wrong with him. But I tried to adjust. But some people are really motherfuckers that if you want to, if you soft corner to them, they will try to fuck you and literally fuck you. So after reaching Lucknow, I think that was around 6 or 7 a.m. After that, I called him, he showed up, and then I went his place. Then I went to his place, and then at first, it was looking normal. But after some time, bro, you got fucked up, man. Okay. So, very well. And that was where I explored Lucknow very, not full, but I explored a lot of places there. That was without ticket going to Imambara, and I go there from back gate, and no one was asking for ticket or fucking everything else. But I was scared if someone will, if someone catches me without ticket, then I will get fucked up. That was I didn't spend much time there and left. I took some photos, and before that I went to some Rumi Darwaza and Clock Tower, and then some. So I really love to see the streets of the city. So I did that. And after in Lucknow, that fucking incident, what happens, I don't want to share it publicly or privately, and I also don't want it to record, but that is in my brain, so it will never get vanished, so it's good or bad, I don't know. So in Lucknow, on the first day, I was with local till the, I think till the 12 or 2, I don't know. But on first day I went, so I explored something, and then I came back, and then I don't know how the night goes, how that night ends. But you always see the sunrise of next morning. It doesn't matter how many problems you have today, you will see sunrise next morning. If you are not seeing, goodbye. The world is very beautiful. People are very beautiful. Everything is beautiful, but the problem is finance. And the second day, bro was so dangerous, and I also got scared. So I left early morning, spent time in some malls, that fucking kid. You know how you did that? And then, and also telling him that prepare dinner for me. That was very funny. And also he prepared. Shit, man. And also he was saying that he did in, how do you can say, in dreams. Shit. That was really, how do you can say? I was trying to, this is my first, second, or third or fourth incident maybe. And today also the fucking R from S. How I get people like this? I really don't know. Shit, catch, bro. Shit, man. So, okay. Do the fucking incident and go further. I came back after that. He was doing so, but he was extremely religious. You see, he was extremely religious. I saw his fucking post, references and everything. But I never expected that from him. But he was very extremely religious, and also he went to some trek on some religious place. And okay. It doesn't mean if you are religious, you are good, you are, how do you say, you are a good person, or you always do right things and all that. I don't think so. But okay, this is a funny incident. That was unforgettable. But I also wanted to experience. Life is full of experiences actually. Good, bad, worse. better, all the fucking shit. And also, but I didn't scare too much actually. I just left that fucking room and went to my place. So at that time, that ended up everything. But there was too much thought. There was too much heat. I know how did I spend that night. But I was exhausted, so I slept very early. I think within 20 or 25 minutes. So that was also good thing. I but I have some snaps that you can see on my face. That was my condition. I was thinking if you came out, that will be very dangerous then. If you came out, I really don't know what to do then. Go out, stay there, or call police, or whatever. I really don't know. But okay. The bad things happen, bro. And after that, I took the train to Ayutthaya. Okay. I took train at 9 or 10 p.m. and reached Ayutthaya and then it went down to the station. It was full. And in the morning, that was the fucking incident again. The fucking incidents never stopped to happen with me. Okay, I slept on the floor and then I don't think I had or not. I didn't have bath actually. Then I went to temple in the early morning. Shit, man. So I went to temple early morning. I didn't took blessing actually. I just wanted to see what the fucking people made. So I really didn't like that. That was just a structure and nothing more than that. So I didn't like that much. And after that, but there was also good. There was also too much temperature. And after that, I went to some temples or temples. There was only temples. There wasn't anything to see rather than temples. So I visited 2 or 3. And then at the time I wanted to go to Indian Nepal border, but at the time there was no fucking train. So I went to another location and that was the most interesting actually. I went to Varanasi and Varanasi literally changed. I was only 10 to 12 hours in Varanasi, but that fucking 10 to 12 hours changed my life. I entered Varanasi, had I take bath, had breakfast. Breakfast means I had what I was. Then I went to first priority I went, Vaishnavi temple. So after that I went to Kalinganagar and that is the place that changed me. I was seeing lots of dead bodies there. It was burning. I saw their faces, I saw their body, and then I realized how important life is. So, temporary. So, enjoy each moment. And also, I have cried there. Actually, I have cried. Just some mistakes, just some fucking attitude and anger. These are very small things actually. What I learned right? Accept anyone as he or she is. If he or she don't want to change, you don't have any problems. You have your thoughts, you have your personal beliefs or everything, but don't disrespect anyone's beliefs and don't try to change people. Really, that's what I learned there. Don't try to change people. Accept people as they are. So as I was really interested to see that. And when I went there, that was very horrific actually. I saw dead bodies are coming and going. People are crying. People are dying. People are going. They are unable to experience the universe. have very short time, bro. We have very short time. So enjoy every moment, and also today's the incident happened in my village. So everything is very no matter how hard your life is, but never think, never think to end your life. Never. At one day you are doing, but you are fucking shit. The people who are around you, the environment, but I really can't forget what my family did. When I see photos of my parents, what did they didn't do? What they literally cutting themselves, providing good education, good quality of life. Just imagine your parents, not you need to imagine, just saw your parents who are working farm, look at your mother, really love it. She really loves you. Your father also loves you, but never should love. To kill your freedom, that fucking child, do something new, to experience something new that you are not able to do. How can someone do that? Unconditional, and unconditional, without any reason. But if you see this from another perspective, it's they create, so it's their responsibility. That is also true. But bro. Don't hurt them. Just do some good moments to them. Their dreams are really little actually. They don't expect too much from you, I think. Or maybe no one in your family was able to do this. And also, I am not, bro. You are also not, motherfucker. You are also not, bro. You only know what I feel. How are you doing? But okay, let's do this. And there we will. In Ayodhya, after that, I went to Varanasi and Varanasi. Incredible Varanasi. I would love to visit that place again and again forever. Because that gives me setback about life. That was really good place. Don't cut it hard. Everything is temporary. The thing in your hand is just fucking present. Other than this, I really don't have anything. And also, don't try to get everything. Just be happy outside. I think emotions. You should experience your emotion. That's what life is like. It doesn't. You don't need just to be happy. And also, not getting it. That is the only thing that is precious. If you get that thing once, it will not much important. It is not that much valuable to you after getting that. For me, traveling in India was like a dream. But now I'm just traveling around India and now just losing interest in this. Similarly, that's human nature. Everything, girls, sex, and what do you want? You want money, home, property, love, sex. These are very small things actually, temporary. Once you start getting this all this shit, you will feel that if you were getting everything that you wanted, you want more and more and more everything else. Then you want to buy fucking helicopter or fucking Rolls Royce or everything actually, everything. Even the world's most fucking powerful person isn't stopping. He also wanted. So so enjoy the moment. That's it. But the ghats of Varanasi, the peoples, the locals, and the tourists, and also my one of my friend made a video. That was what the fuck video was that? That was really good actually. He said something like Varanasi teaches us that I don't remember that I but that was very good actually. Why you didn't? Because I feel lose interest to make fucking travel content. That's why I didn't done that. But I no I don't actually I think 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 max to max 8 to 10 days and then you went to your home or school and then the fucking exhausting life will start. Life is fucking from now, bro. Life is fucking from now. You have enjoyed a lot actually. Your expectations, you have enjoyed than expectations, and now your expectations are on the very high level. So go. You have to work hard. You have to do job. Actually, you don't have any other fucking resource to get finances. So enjoy. So try to utilize the resources that you have. And I don't think anything wrong in that actually. Because just fucking middle class a lot of people who have too much and also people who have nothing who are just unable to get food to eat. Rest everything is see people on footpaths extreme conditions. People don't have clothes. People don't have anything. But you should compare yourself what you have to become, not what you don't have. So there are see life is in your hands. Everything is in your hands. It just you have to give shape and you should have the skills to shape the life you wanted. And yes, that is possible. If you want everything, you can get everything actually. Lot of people think that fucking intellectual person ground and making videos. Shit, man, I really don't like fucking attention actually, but sometimes I enjoy it. Okay. Varanasi, I really knew the importance of people in your life, and it's just you, bro. It's just you are the person going to fill the universe, not the other. I think being selfish is important. It's very important actually. Okay, and then Varanasi, I went to Gorakhpur. There was nothing to see, just one temple, and then Gorakhpur to I went to Raxol, and in Raxol I spent the night. The fucking mosquitoes were fucking me whole night, and there was where did I? Raxol, yeah, near the bathroom, near the fucking bathroom. I slept. I just put my mattress here and get my fucking cardigan blanket and slept there. Your life is motherfucker full of experiences, full of adventures, bro. That's what that's what you wanted to do. The fucking hottest thing. Yes, that you experienced in Nepal actually, but you did, and also a lot of money in dorms. I think so. I think, but that was good, I think. And also you will feel that in future. So that is also good. So keep it up. Meet new people, make connections, and be happy, be sad, take other feelings, get stuck somewhere, get new feelings. That was adventure, bro. A fucking adventure could lead you to death too. As I said, but yeah, okay, let's start fucking episode. From Gorakhpur I went to Raxol night, and from Raxol I went from at that truck incident also. At night I went to I was going towards fucking border. So what happened at border? I think that was that was 10 p.m. or 10:30 p.m. and I just went there, and there was railway gate, and there was fucking truck driver was standing there, and I was just asking him, "Are you going to Kathmandu?" And he said, "No." I went far from him. I was going to ask all the drivers, but but I really didn't know. The border is fucking closed at that time, and he said no, and then he offered me, "You can stay with me." But that fucking Lucknow incident, I really wanted to spend night with him, but he was alcoholic. He was like he passed some comment on that girl, some bad comments actually, so that I didn't feel safe with him. And also I said him I want to go, but he was not allowing. So when we reached at the destination, and thankfully the destination was very near from the rail station, that I came back, and while coming back he didn't say anything to me. Just say that he just said that if you want to come back, you will be unable to come here. And I'm like, who the motherfucker want to come back here? But he was good actually for me. I don't know what was his intention, but okay, I spent that night on and then at morning bro wanted to wake up at I think 5 or 6 a.m. But bro woke up at railway station at 7 or 7:30. I don't know exact time. I think 6:30 or 7 a.m. And then sun is coming, and then I realized that I got late, and then starting I wanted to take bath, but I didn't take bath. Just changed clothes and went to border. And that fucking currency exchange too. That fucking currency exchange incident. That fucking currency exchange man. All I was just going on that side, he just called me, and he was very what you can say, soft spoken. So I changed currency. I wanted to change around $30, but I changed $35. So, but after changing, I got something 5,600 Nepali rupees, and then he was asking for commission. What the fuck commission is? He wanted to tell me that before, but he didn't. So I denied that I will not pay, but he wanted, so I was just going to give him money back, but he still wanted that fucking commission. That was something $1 or $1.5 something. Actually, let's see, it's $2, but I didn't want it to pay, so I just denied to pay the commission. And at last, I was ready to pay that money back and give my second money back, but I don't know why leave me. Just listen, just go, and then I got, but while coming back, I didn't get exchange without commission. I think my half of dollar went there, and okay, while going, there was so much people, and I really don't know. Very sure. Firstly, I was thinking that this motherfucker is giving me fake notes, so I was a little bit scared at the time, but somehow I exchanged because I was seeing a lot of people were sitting there for currency exchange. So I believed him and changed the currency, and then I got something 5,600 or something, and that was my first currency change experience, everything else. And just one day before completing 21 years, and on 31st I went I just crossed border, I took photos, and I walked a lot at that fucking day. I almost walked, I think, around 10 kilometers to get fucking lips. That was something place in Veerganj, and in Veerganj I saw that Ghantaghar, and then Ghantaghar was 3 kilometers inside the city. First I got SIM card, and while getting SIM card too, I asked him to give that SIM card at 230 INR, and he also accepted that I will give you. But he activated fucking SIM card or anything else, and while paying the money, he just said you have to pay 250. That was just 20 rupees more. But the fucking people first say less money and then demand extra money. I really didn't like that, so I just paid him, I think, 240. That was also good, so, because I was thinking that he will ask me some more money, but okay, that was good. That was for 7 days. I stayed there 6 days, and from there I went to Ghantaghar, and I also I also went out of the city. That was, I think, 6 or 7 kilometers, and after doing that also, motherfuckers, I think I got 10 or 12 lips in that 140 kilometers journey, and that 2 lips, bro, that's your, if you didn't get that fucking lips, I don't think you will be able to reach at that time. If you get that long lips, still you reach Kathmandu at 6 or 7 p.m. I think. And just imagine if you didn't get that, but where did you waste your time, You wasted time, fucking city, that first city. I think you should directly go to 50 or 10 to 15 kilometers inside and start in lift from there. But that was actually my second experience, so okay, next time I will do that. But while coming back, okay, that was condition, okay, no problem. And from there I saw the fucking elephant for the first time. That was just for some seconds, but that was first time. And while coming back, the people, I was coming with sumo, so they said that there is a lion, tiger, and everything else. I was fucked up because I was going alone, and no one was fucking stopping me from going there. what the fuck is this? There was deep forest and there are animals, there are wild animals, and there was also police. There is a, what we can say, forest police, and no one's stopping me. What the fuck is this? I think this should stop. Okay, but I went there and he lives for I think 40 or 40 kilometers. I have some click photos, and then I went to that fucking bridge that you know, and from there we clicked some photos, and from there we started this thing again. And also it takes 3 to 4 lifts to reach there, I don't know, BC or something like that. And from there the guy I met, thank you bro, thank you. I don't know, was really unable to meet. Actually, I have his contacts, but why will I contact him now? I don't know. Okay, so he gave me lift to Kathmandu, and that was very interesting. By the way, he gave me lift. I clicked some photos. That was very interesting, and I was seeing that big mountain for the first time. And while reaching the mountains, there was too much cold actually. I really feel that from the fucking mountains, before fucking mountains, there was too much sweating, there was too much temperature, but once in turn, everything was good. So that was also. And when we reach Kathmandu, I got to go there with the cheapest accommodation ever. I don't think I will get cheapest accommodation from that price in Kathmandu. So that was less than $1 or $1, okay, $1 per day. So I spent 5 days. On first day, we went to Vijaya Stupa, the mountains, and took some photos there, and came back. And just two places I think we have visited, because I really, you know, I only used to travel solo, but he was with me, so I was feeling little nervousness, or I don't know what I was getting, but only 2 places. But and also I met one local there, and he was also offering me couch, but I didn't accept it because it was little away from the city center, and it spent too much money. If I get accommodation at high price, I may win there, but to found the cheapest accommodation, so that's why. But I wanted to go to Nepal again and again, not again and again for sure, and Pokhara or some places. And then on first day, but that was the feeling of the new country, the new currency, the new people, but that was not much cultural shock or anything that, but that was very good. On second day, I was with friends, and also second day was very good. On third day was Swayambhu, and third day was literally not much interesting, and fourth day was totally. I just lived. There was no one rule, so I did that. So there was someone actually who left the room so that I got privacy, fucking privacy skill, bro. And I did that, and then on fourth day, I just spent the whole time laying on the bed. On the fifth day, and that was total 6 days Nepal. And while coming back, I found the new route, and on that new route, fucking people was not showing that fucking route, but I found somehow, and after that I find that route, I reached there early morning, and and also that one bro that was living there, also he texted me, but I didn't reply. Why didn't I know? So he actually got one incident that people fucking killed someone or something like that, jacket on, and looted him. So from that moment I was very scared of going alone anywhere. So actually I wanted to go at 6 a.m. in the morning. I wanted to leave a hotel at 6 a.m. in the morning, but I didn't left because that bro scared me at that time, and that was also from that moment I realized that something is possible. And you know what happened in the morning then? And then I left the room, and I met a lot of people who are very younger than you, who are working in other countries, and you are fucking just, yeah, okay, you are also, so, okay, I will do something in that field. And then then and also with the fucking hotel guy, there was a girl. I am this guy, leave it. And then the memorable part, and for the second day, third day, fourth day, I said, and on fifth day I went at I left at 7 or 7:30, and reached the hitchhiking destination by I think 8:30 or 9. And what the fuck was there? I was standing there. There was no one was coming, and that was also a hilly area. So my legs are still hurting. It's been 3 to 4 days. Still my legs are hurting. So I went to there, and then I started hitchhiking. On the first lift, he showed me that fucking road is closed, and he offered me you can go by that fucking stairs. And the fucking stairs was so. The moment I went to that fucking stairs, I think I went 500 or 700 meters inside, and at that fucking moment I was just scared of too much that someone will kill me in the fucking forest, because there was literally nobody. Literally, I was thinking that fucking guy who gave me lift, he will tell some people that this guy goes alone there, go and loot him, fuck him, and just kill him. So I was very scared. That's why I was going too much fast, but he didn't do something like that. But I was literally scared. The real fear of death I experienced at that time. The real fear of death, actually. And I really don't know how far was that trek. I think that was too long, because that was very big mountain actually. But the experience I got was just unforgettable. Literally unforgettable. The moment there, 1 second was so horrifying there that someone will kill me, someone will came from opposite side, or someone came from that fucking I entered from that side. Oh shit, man, shit. That was literally horrifying. But while coming back, I was very happy actually. While going, I was very horrified, or I was very in a situation that someone will kill me. At the time, my best expressions, I really don't know how to do that. But that was a very fucking incident. And then I came back, but my legs were hurting because I went to the fucking stairs. I think I have crossed 1,000 stairs, I think. And also I don't think what happened after I went to going in the same direction. So okay, I was scared actually. That's why I didn't. So I came back, and while coming back, I literally didn't eat anything. I literally didn't drink water, a sip of water. While coming back, bro, I had to eat something. So I ate fucking Maggie. There was fucking hairs in it, and this was fucking just bad. So I just refilled my water there, and then came back to Colony. Then saw some girls there, and just eat something, donut or something like that, and then came back to Colony. And from Colony I came to, and also asked there, because I was that was already 11, I think 11 a.m. So I really don't want it to lose time, because I don't want to get stuck one more day there. And that was okay. And everything was okay, bye. And while coming back, some people supported me. My budget was 600 NPR. Came back, and no one was offering. All they were offering at 950 or 800. But while coming back, the motherfuckers accepted, and I came in that fucking sumo. But I thought I missed this fucking adventure, fucking things. I really wanted to hitchhike. While coming back. But bro, that was time. That was I think 12 or 12:30. If you didn't get any lifts or anything else, that could be. Yeah, that was. I also wanted that experience, but Unfortunately, I just go in that fucking swamp. Some people I met, there was one person from right, one from left, and one person was from right. He was ready to pay my bill at the hotel. Literally, I will pay for you. I really didn't know him. He didn't ask my name. I really don't know his name. Still, he was ready to pay. There are very good people, and also bad people. And also, while the person who was on the left, he also, while going back to his one, he also said that go safely, and I don't know, very small gestures that makes that you should do that with people. And I came back from Bruxelles at night and just take train from Patna, from Bruxelles, and from Patna. In Patna, there was too much temperature and too much crowd, so I was not much interested to reach Patna. So, and also on the station there was fucking crowd, so I really didn't explore much. From Patna, I went to Jharkhand and Bokaro. That 2 days was very interesting. The person was very good. Leo bro, thanks bro. I really enjoy time with you. I have explored rural Jharkhand side there with him, and it was really good. I, you didn't message him that you reach here fun. Okay, no problem. And today I reached here in the morning and still here. And it's been, I think, 13 or that 8 and today 9. That is like 17 day and still counting. So let's see what happens. Take more maximum I get 10 days. Okay, overall this trip was very good and memorable, like last week. And I just wanted to go home now. I wanted to spend some time with family. So let's see what happens. So this was all about the journey that I have completed, and it was very good actually. So let's see what happens next. But I make some mistakes, I make some good decisions, I make some bad decisions. It's part of journey, bro. It's part of journey. You don't need to regret. You don't need to appreciate or anything. Just live life as you want. And also from today's incident, that someone from my village was killed in an accident. I saw him actually, but people who are nearer to you, when they live with you, it helps. And also that fucking man from Khosroad, this was man, he was also, I really don't know, he passed away or he's still there. That's it. I really do, I don't care. Motherfucker, that was really motherfucker. But okay bro. Okay. So okay, I think I should end the fucking video today. I think maybe 30 or 40 minutes, and it's also going 5 minutes. So we'll call it a video. So okay. Oh, what else I want to share? Okay, bye bro, bye. Done. Fucking shit.